Jerry Jones make big changes to the Dallas Cowboys. So we're going to be going through that and 3 other stories in today's video. So make sure to like this video, and if you want more Dallas Cowboys news content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel by hitting that red button down below. The first story is Jerry Jones makes a crucial decision on the Dallas Cowboys that keeps his leash as short as possible. Once again, Jerry Jones is letting his Dallas Cowboys head coach enter a season on an expiring contract. ESPN's Adam Schefter reported on Saturday afternoon that McCarthy is not going to receive a contract extension or anything of that nature this offseason. Jones has employed this tactic twice with McCarthy's Cowboys predecessor in Jason Garrett. Now, how did that work out? After taking over for the greatest sideline percussionist known to mankind, McCarthy has been painfully mediocre in his second stab at being an NFL head coach. He is not much better than what Garrett was at the end of his Dallas tenure, if at all. His replacement in Green Bay and Matt LaFleur has not been without criticism, but has reestablished a firm, ground-centric identity over in Titletown. Basically, Jones has rendered McCarthy into a leash kid, one that is all grown up. Leash kids do grow up to do great things like everybody else, but there is an underlying feeling of never being fully able to trust them. Why? Because they were a leash kid. A child who could never leave its mother's side because the little rambunctious one was going to get into some shenanigans at Walt Disney World. For as long as the Cowboys employ McCarthy, they will only go to Disney World on their own dime. When McCarthy got the job in Green Bay, that came as quite the shock. He was a subpar offensive coordinator for the San Francisco 49ers during Alex Smith's rookie season out of Utah. McCarthy would achieve great team success in Green Bay on the back of Aaron Rodgers' arm and Dom Capers' defense. It was only a matter of time before he was exposed as a fallen victim to the Peter principle. For all the Cowboys fans out there, I am sorry, but y'all aren't winning another Super Bowl for as long as Jones has final say on anything. It is his franchise. He paid for it, and he can do whatever he wants with it. However, his never-ending lust for control in the wake of Jimmy Johnson's early success in the 1990s has and always will lead to his own undoing. McCarthy is little more than a patsy in this. Jones may think employing this expiring contract tactic will get the most out of McCarthy. Unfortunately, I think it adds more insurmountable pressure with the job itself. If the Cowboys get off to a 3-5 start, McCarthy will be whacked and someone else will take over. That is the biggest problem in this. McCarthy not having any job security means nobody on his coaching staff will have any either. This was the year for the Cowboys to get to the Super Bowl, and once again, they completely blew it. This year finally seemed like the Dallas Cowboys would advance to the NFC Championship, something they have not done since 1995. Instead, the team's playoff woes continued. Despite winning 16 straight games at home, NFC's number 2 seed fell 48-32 to the number 7 Green Bay Packers on Super Wild Card weekend. Owner Jerry Jones had to make a tough decision, reinstating HC Mike McCarthy. However, the sword is now hanging above Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb due to their demands. Given Dak Prescott's contract, which is set to have a $59.4 million cap hit next season, is likely to receive an extension before the start of the business year. That's pretty unsustainable and would break the Cowboys' bank. On the other hand, CeeDee Lamb's contract of $14 million and the demands to increase the contract to $30 million would mean Jerry would have too little money to spend on extra resources. Dallas would struggle in 2024 to build a roster if left untouched, and being able to re-sign other players would be almost impossible. However, GM Jerry Jones has 3 options to consider concerning Dak. First, bank on him. Pay the 30-year-old his almost $60 million and let him remain a Cowboy. Second, they could cut him or trade him after June 1st. If they decide to move on from the QB, what would be the benefits? It would save them a mammoth sum of $34 million. It would also free up about $9 million of the salary cap in 2024. And the final option? Do nothing. Salary remains the same, no extension for Doc, and the cap gets absorbed in 2024. Meanwhile, they also have the Lamb dilemma to solve. There's no arguing that Lamb has earned his stripes. He leads the NFL in receptions at 122, but that's just the beginning. He is second in terms of receiving yards. Lamb is third in WR touchdowns at 10. He also set a Dallas record recently. His last 2 stats surpassed Michael Irvin's, which he set in 1995. It might not be too much of a stretch to say that he's the best WR the Cowboys have had in a while. The second story is, the Dallas Cowboys are looking to sign Stephon Gilmore to team with Diggs and Bland. Despite a disappointing end to their 2023 season, the Dallas Cowboys will enter 2024 with high expectations. From team owner Jerry Jones's pseudo-vote of confidence for head coach Mike McCarthy to their desire to eradicate the bitter taste of a 48-32 loss to the Green Bay Packers on Wild Card Weekend, the Cowboys appear intent on fielding the best team they can for the upcoming season. Will that include investing in the retention of veteran reserves? The answer to that question may be found through the manner in which they approach soon-to-be free agent cornerback Stephon Gilmore. Appearing in all 17 games for Dallas this season, the soon-to-be unrestricted free agent finished the campaign with 68 total tackles, 13 passes defensed, 2 interceptions, and 1 forced fumble. While those numbers may not illuminate the Cowboys' team stat sheet, Gilmore's contributions to the team were as much about leadership as on-field prowess. Having been acquired from the Indianapolis Colts via trade in March 2023, Gilmore was expected to serve as an experienced presence in the Cowboys' secondary opposite top cornerback Stephon Diggs. Unfortunately, an ACL tear during one-on-one practice drills in September put an abrupt end to Diggs' season. Accordingly, Gilmore was once again thrust into a prominent role in helping to keep Dallas's cornerback room focused. Despite still having the talent to lead the Cowboys' secondary second-year cornerback, Darren Bland emerged as their primary option at the position, breaking up 15 passes and leading the NFL with 9 interceptions. Taking on Diggs' aggressive play style in the secondary. After all, Diggs led all cornerbacks in 2021 with 11 interceptions, en route to a first-team All-Pro selection. Though he took a statistical dip in 2022, the 23-year-old is still considered one of the top players in his position. While both Bland and Diggs are most comfortable when patrolling the perimeter on the right side, it is hard to envision a scenario in which both corners are not starting on the edges of the team's defensive backfield in 2024. Therefore, the question remains, what to do with Gilmore? Even at age 33, he has been among the top players at his position for several years. The former South Carolina standout spent his first 5 seasons with the Buffalo Bills, earning Pro Bowl honors in 2016. However, Gilmore developed into an elite defensive back after signing a lucrative free agent deal with the New England Patriots in 2017. During his 4 seasons with the Pats, he was named Defensive Player of the Year in 2019 after leading the league with 6 interceptions and 20 passes defensed. He also extended his Pro Bowl selections to 4, received 2 first-team All-Pro selections, and was a member of the team that won a Super Bowl title in Super Bowl LI. Gilmore was traded to the Carolina Panthers in October 2021, where he received a 5th Pro Bowl selection. He signed with Indianapolis prior to the start of the 2022 season. Though he took a bit of a statistical dip from his days in New England, Gilmore finished his only season with the Colts having compiled 66 total tackles, 11 passes defensed, and 2 interceptions. Though his on-field skills, along with his leadership abilities, make him a strong consideration, the Cowboys may find Gilmore's asking price a bit high, based on the potential return on investment. His 2024 valuation per over the cap is estimated at $7.6 million annually. Conversely, Dallas is entering the new league year with the intent of clearing cap space and may look to allocate that money to greater positions of need. In light of signing Diggs to a 5-year, $97 million contract extension last July, he is seemingly entrenched in the Cowboys' plans at the position. Unless they are able to find a trade partner for the 2021 All-Pro after June 1st, a move which would earn them approximately $11 million in cap savings, Diggs looks to be staying in Dallas, at least for the immediate future. Given Bland's emergence, along with his far more palatable $1.06 million cap number, keeping Gilmore in the Cowboys' fold may ultimately be too expensive for their liking heading into 2024. The third story is Cowboys were jilted by Bill Belichick for media reasons. The Dallas Cowboys and team owner Jerry Jones decided to jilt the hopes of the team's fans everywhere this week by bringing back coach Mike McCarthy. Despite his sad sack 1-3 playoff record in Dallas and the major upset the team suffered at the hands of the Packers in the playoff opener, but it might not have been entirely Jonah's decision. According to a report from Pro Football Talk's Mike Florio, the Cowboys wanted to at least gauge the interest of legendary coach Bill Belichick in the Dallas job, but were rebuffed. Belichick, it seems, is getting closer to landing in Atlanta. Both the Cowboys and Eagles, it was reported, were shut down in their potential pursuit of Belichick, leading the Cowboys to stick with McCarthy and the Eagles to keep Nick Sirianni. One reason, oddly enough, cited by Florio, is that Belichick did not want to work in a big media market anymore. One league source explained it. Belichick is believed to be done with big market media, making him more inclined to go to a place like Atlanta than Dallas or Philadelphia, Florio wrote this week. As to the Cowboys and the Eagles, there's also a belief in some league circles that both teams expressed interest in Belichick,